Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special episode of Pulp Crazy. I'm Jason Aiken. This is the concluding episode to our month-long series of supernatural-themed episodes in honor of Halloween. I decided to mark the occasion by filming on location for the first time. I'm currently at the Evans City Cemetery. This is where the opening scenes of Night of the Living Dead, directed by George Romero, were shot. If you are unfamiliar with the 1968 zombie classic, I would highly recommend watching it. A copyright snafu has resulted in the film becoming public domain, so it's widely available on DVD as well as YouTube. If you are into The Walking Dead, you should really watch Night of the Living Dead, because we wouldn't have The Walking Dead without Night of the Living Dead. Behind me is the chapel that can be seen in the background of the opening scenes of the film. Over the years, volunteers have worked hard raising money in order to restore the chapel. As you can see, they have definitely been making progress. For more information on this, check out fixthechapel.com, which I'll link to in the show notes.
I decided to feature author Henry Kuttner's The Graveyard Rats as the story in this episode. The Graveyard Rats fits in due to the cemetery location, as well as having an undead in the story. Some info about Henry Kuttner. He was married to Weird Tales author C.L. Moore. I did a video of her Journal of Jewelry stories earlier this month. Like his wife, Kuttner wrote some fantasy too. His Elec of Atlantis stories were commissioned in an attempt to fill the void of Robert E. Howard's Conan stories in Weird Tales. I haven't read his Elec stories yet, but I look forward to checking them out. Kuttner is also credited for making contributions to the Cthulhu mythos. The Graveyard Rats is included in a Cthulhu Mythos Megapack ebook that I purchased, but I'm not sure what the consensus is on whether or not this is actually a mythos story. I will be discussing the story over recent photos of the cemetery. At the end of the video, I will also include the opening scene from Night of the Living Dead, for fun and comparison. The Graveyard Rats first appeared in the March 1936 issue of Weird Tales magazine. The story appears to be in the public domain, as it is found in both ebook and e-text formats very easily. It is set in a Salem, Massachusetts cemetery, and the main character is the caretaker, Old Masson. In addition to his normal duties, Masson makes some money on the side by grave robbing his tenants. He robs the corpses of their gold teeth, and will sometimes even sell the whole corpse to medical students as a cadaver. Masson is not alone in this activity. His competitors are giant rats that burrow beneath the graveyard. They burrow into the coffins and rob him of his prey before he can steal what he needs. Masson is aware of the tales whispered about Old Salem and what lurks beneath the soil. Tales of pagan worship before the historical Puritan Cotton Mather weeded it out. Rumors are still abound that creatures far worse than rats and maggots dwell below. Masson doesn't put much into these tales himself, until one night he is robbed of what would have been a most profitable bounty, and is unable to let it go. He foolishly follows a giant rat into the burrows beneath the graveyard to recover the corpse. Needless to say, the tales are true, and the rats are not alone beneath the cemetery. Kuttner does a great job in these underground scenes in creating a real sense of claustrophobia. The portions which feature Mason, underground, and the tight tunnels are my favorite part of the story for sure. In the show notes, I'll link to an e-text of the story you could read for free. It's not very long, but it's pretty entertaining and interesting.
Thanks for watching. Pulp Crazy is located at pulpcrazy.com. I'm at Pulp Crazy on Twitter and facebook.com/pulpcrazy. Please follow, like, or subscribe on YouTube if you like the show. You can also email me feedback at pulpcrazy@gmail.com. I'd like to thank my mom for filming this for me, and up next will be the opening scenes of Night of the Living Dead. Until next time.
Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugs you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this. You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, you know that she can. So, yeah, that's Andy left.
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?